With Chan Gailey retiring from the NFL, we now know what we need to do and go over some potential offensive coordinator prospects. What is up, Finn fans? Yesterday was the breaking news that Chan Gailey decided to retire from the Miami Dolphins. And like I talked about in yesterday's video, it's something we saw coming. There was a lot of things that were going on with the offense in general. There were struggles. Was it all Chan Gailey's fault? No, not necessarily. And those are things that I will talk about in another video where I talk about the ups and downs of the team and who should be re-signed and let go and just needs. That's another video. I have like so many videos. Literally, I have a list on the Stride Race board that's normally over here during the game of different videos. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are less than 400 subscribers away from 20,000 subscribers. So if you haven't yet, I hate saying this. I hate especially saying it in the beginning of the video because you haven't even watched the video. But if you like the content that you're about to watch, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I have a ton of content planned for you for the rest of the off season. But before we jump into it, I got to shout my guys out at Patch Vibes. Got this fantastic pin. They got this fantastic patch as well as this patch. They have the 97 patch. They also have this patch, which is the 25th anniversary, which you get if you use the promo code FREEPATCH on your order. You get this free patch. And they're also coming out with the 50th anniversary patch. Very, very cool stuff. Go over, check out patchvibes.com. So I did my homework, and I have a lot of notes, a lot of stuff that I did talking about potential offensive coordinator replacements for Chan Gailey. Now, there's some in-house. I'll get to the in-house one first. George Goetzey, I think that's how you say his name. He's the tight end coach for the Miami Dolphins right now. He is one of the names that is getting thrown around with the potential to become the Dolphins' new offensive coordinator. Brian Flores tends to like to go in-house. You look with Brian Hoyer. He was the secondaries coach. Goes to the DC once Patrick Graham goes to the Giants, right? So you got George Goetzey, tight end coach. He was the Texans offensive coordinator in 2015, 2016. Wasn't bad, right? 2015, the Texans were 21 points for, 18th ranked in pass, 15th ranked in touchdown passes, 15th ranked in rush yards, and 24th ranked in rushing touchdowns. In 2016, 28th points for, 29th pass, 20th in touchdowns, 8th in rush, and 29th in touchdowns. So he wasn't great, but maybe he's evolved. Maybe he's come a little bit better, but I don't know. You'll see. I have a ton of names on here that you probably should literally be looked at. Another one, Jim Caldwell. If you guys remember when the Dolphins brought in Chan Gailey, I initially thought it was going to be Jim Caldwell that was going to be the new offensive coordinator once they got rid of Chad O'Shea. And the fact that Jim Caldwell kind of took his health and was like, let me take a little bit more seriousness in my health, and then went and did his own thing. Is there a potential that they bring him back as the offensive coordinator? I already talked in extensive research on Jim Caldwell. If you want, go search the channel for Jim Caldwell. I talk about him, what he did with the Ravens, what he did with the Colts, what he did with a bunch of different teams. Jim Caldwell is a possibility to come back, being that he already has the knowledge of Brian Flores and the team. Now, looking at coaches that are outside of the team, a big name that just got fired that I kind of want. This is like maybe top name on my list that I want the Dolphins to kind of go after, and that's Anthony Lynn. He just got fired from the Los Angeles Chargers. I almost said San Diego. He was their head coach from 2017 to 2020. He was also the Bills offensive coordinator in 2016. With the Bills, he was the offense was ranked 10th in points for, first in rushing yards and touchdowns. So in 2016, when Anthony Lynn was the Bills offensive coordinator, they had the first rushing touchdown ranked offense, 30th in pass though, but he did have Tyrod Taylor and EJ Manuel as his quarterbacks, whereas here he'll have Tua Tagovailoa. So it's a little bit better of a situation with Anthony Lynn. But if you look at the Chargers, right, he's been their head coach, so not necessarily their offensive coordinator. But if you look at what he has done with them on a basis with being with the Chargers from 2017 to 2020, right? 2017, they were in first in pass ranked, 6th in pass touchdown, 24th ranked in rush, and 13th ranked in pass points for. Apologize for that. 2018, 6th in points for the Chargers offense, 10th in pass, 8th in passing touchdowns, and 15th in rushing. And this past year, they were 18th in points for, but 6th in passing yards, 10th in passing touchdowns, and 18th in rushing as the head coach. But again, as the offensive coordinator, he was really good with the Bills when it came to rushing, first in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. So he's a name that I'm like, Anthony Lynn. I wonder if Brian Flores will, for one, if they have the same type of mindset when it comes to coaching, and will he bring him in? Anthony Lynn is a name that very, very intrigues me. Another name that very intrigues me, and this guy has not been an offensive coordinator, so that's a little hiccup in maybe him being a top candidate. That's Ken Dorsey. Now, you might be saying, Ken Dorsey? Who the flip is Ken Dorsey? If you are saying that, well, I will tell you. He is the quarterback's coach for the Buffalo Bills from 2019. He probably, when Brian Daboll gets a head coaching job, wherever that's going to be, because we all know he's going to get one. The Bills' offense has done fantastic this season. He'll probably go with him as the offensive coordinator. But maybe the Dolphins can poach him and get Ken Dorsey over here. Because if you look at what he did for Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen's rookie year, the completion percentage was 52.8. He had 10 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. I'm just going to throw this out there, but he had similar, maybe worse numbers than Tua Tagovailoa. And look where he's at now when you give him time and you put weapons around him. I'm just saying. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying this, but I'm just saying. You look at 2019 when Ken Dorsey came in, all of a sudden the completion percentage went up 52.8 to 58.8. Touchdowns also flipped. 20 touchdowns to 19, 9 interceptions, not 19, 9 interceptions. And this past year, 69.2 completion percentage, especially with the addition of Beasley and Stephon Diggs, and 31 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. So Ken Dorsey really did help out Josh Allen. Now, could the Dolphins poach him, bring him over as an offensive coordinator, and see if he can help out Tua Tagovailoa with helping with reading the defense and fitting those balls into tighter coverage? Because we all know, like I show in this chart, he's got to deal with a lot of short coverage, only 1 yard separation from these wide receivers. So that's another name to think of, Ken Dorsey. Let me see. Got some other names on here that really, really up. Kansas City Chiefs quarterbacks coach Mike Kafka. He's a quarterbacks coach for Kansas City Chiefs from 2018 to present. He's also the pass game coordinator this past year. We all know how that Kansas City Chiefs team is going. We all know how Patrick Mahomes has done. That might be a name we want to bring over as offensive coordinator, because if quarterbacks coach with Patrick Mahomes and you see how well he keeps getting year in and year out, Mike Kafka is another name. But again, we also have to realize Bieniemy, when he gets his head coaching job, which if he doesn't get one this year, absolute criminal, he might take him as the offensive coordinator. These are things that we need to think about when I'm throwing names at you. But that's a possibility. Another name, and a lot of these guys are quarterback coaches or like passing scheme people, because you're not going to want to go from being an offensive coordinator here just to an offensive coordinator here. You kind of want a little bit of a promotion. A lot of people are going to say, well, Patrick Graham went from a defensive coordinator here to... He got a little bit of promotion when it came to being, I think, assistant head coach with the Giants. But Luke Goetzey, one of you guys threw that name at me when I went on Twitter and asked you guys. He's a quarterbacks coach for the Green Bay Packers in 2019, and then this past season became the pass game coordinator. Now, it's the whole situation with Adam Gase, right? Is it Peyton Manning that made Adam Gase good? So is it Aaron Rodgers that making Luke Goetzey good? So those are names to look at. The one when I get done with this, I'll tell you guys names that I'm very intrigued with. Another one is Pep Hamilton. Pep Hamilton is the quarterbacks coach for the Los Angeles Chargers in 2020. He was the Colts offensive coordinator in 2013. Now, they didn't have, he did have luck. Didn't have that great of stats in 2013, 2015 when it came to the offense. But in 2014, 6th in points for, first in passing and passing touchdowns, 22nd in rushing, and 24th in rushing touchdowns. So that's another name, Pep Hamilton. He is with the Los Angeles Chargers as their quarterbacks coach. So maybe they bring in Anthony Lynn. He'll bring him in as the quarterbacks coach, and maybe Bobby Brown is looking on the outside in. I got two more names. Now, these two names have been head coaches. These two names are maybe stretches for them to become our offensive coordinator, but they're names to think about, right? And like I said, once I get done with these two names, I'll give you an idea of who I really want and where. Bill O'Brien. Now, I know. I can hear it. Hey, first off, Bill O'Brien set us up in the situation we're in right now by giving us 2 first-round picks. So we're in a great situation right now, so we have to thank Bill O'Brien. So maybe thanking him by bringing him in as the offensive coordinator isn't a bad thing. But in all seriousness, he's been the Texans head coach from 2014 to 2020. The offense with the Texans in that time hasn't been bad. Now, are the Dolphins hiring him as our GM? No, because he's a big dumb when it comes to being a GM of a team and love getting rid of players. Also, head coach, he's not bad, but again, he got rid of the wrong players. But what you want to look at is when he's been an offensive coordinator, and he was an offensive coordinator with the New England Patriots in 2011. That Patriot team was third ranked for points, second ranked for passing yards, fourth ranked for touchdowns, 20th ranked for rushing, but at that time they weren't really caring about rushing, and third ranked for rushing touchdowns. So Bill O'Brien is another name with a possibility to be the offensive coordinator. And the last name I have on this list, and you guys probably haven't heard this name in a very long time, that is Mike Martz. Now, Mike Martz is coaching right now. I think he's coaching like an arena or Canadian Football League. But he is the offensive coordinator and the head coach for the Greatest Show on Turf. So he kind of knows how an offense works. He was the Lions offensive coordinator from 2006 to 2007. Wasn't great. He was the 49ers offensive coordinator in 2008. It wasn't all right. It wasn't great. And he was the Bear offensive coordinator from 2010 to 2011. That was a bad time. So he's a name that's out there. Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, Doug, you gave us all these names. Who are you really thinking of? The names that I kind of, if we can get one of these people, I'd be ecstatic. Anthony Lynn. I really do like the prospect of bringing in Anthony Lynn. I liked what he did with the Bills in 2016, and I kind of liked the way his offense was running in with the Chargers. But again, he was the head coach, not necessarily the offensive coordinator. Ken Dorsey is an interesting one. I don't know if he would be the top of my list just because he has no offensive coordinating experience, but I liked what he did with Josh Allen, and I like how he made him where he is now. So I do like that. Mike Kafka, again, worked with Patrick Mahomes, but again, Kafka and Dorsey are names that probably might go with their offensive coordinator when they get head coaching jobs. Pep Hamilton is a name. Keep your ear eye. What is an ear eye, Doug? Keep your ear out for Pep Hamilton, Jim Caldwell, and Bill O'Brien. So out of those that I narrowed it down, I'm kind of liking Anthony Lynn, Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien, I know he did bad with the Texans, but he did really well with the Patriots when he was just focusing on the offense. So yeah, Bill O'Brien, Anthony Lynn, Pep Hamilton. Those are names that I'm really thinking of right now. And then you get, like I said, you got the quarterbacks coach in Luke Goetzey, Mike Kafka, and you got Ken Dorsey. I think out of the quarterbacks coach, I'd probably be more comfortable with Ken Dorsey, seeing what he did with Josh Allen. So if I'm narrowing it down to names, Anthony Lynn, Ken Dorsey, and Bill O'Brien, and Jim Caldwell, if he wants to come back. Those are the 4 names that I'd probably like as offensive coordinators. Oh, and don't forget about Adam Gase. I couldn't do it. I literally wrote his name. I don't know if you could see it. I wrote his name right here, right? I did all this research on all these other guys, and I just wrote Gase at the top because some people have said it, and I don't know if they're joking or not. And some people are like, hey, why don't you kick the tires on that? First off, I think Adam Gase will do fantastic as just an offensive coordinator. I think having the head coaching duties and having to control the whole team, it just gets to him. I think just being an offensive coordinator and just focusing on that and going back to that will help him. But I don't think he'll ever come back to Miami. I think with Miami firing him and everything, he likes to burn bridges, and he's a very you saw what he did to the Denver Broncos when he was the Dolphins head coach. He had a very big vendetta against John Elway. He went for the onside kick, all that stuff. So no, I don't see Adam Gase coming here. I had to address it though, because a lot of people were like, what about Adam Gase? No. Also, you guys are probably like, well, what about college offensive coordinators? What about them? I didn't really look too far into that because I kind of want people with a little bit of NFL experience, especially to help out Tua And I know Tua Tagovailoa's offensive coordinator took the Texas college head coaching job, so he will not be coming to Miami. That would be a possibility if he didn't take the Texas head coaching job. But be sure to comment below if I missed any names that you guys are thinking. Hey, Doug, even college, throw them down in the comment section. Let me know. Hey, what about this guy? What about that guy? Or if you like the names I picked or my top 4, which is Anthony Lynn, Ken Dorsey, Bill O'Brien, and Jim Caldwell, what do you think of those? Be sure to comment below. And I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. Now, if you guys notice with this video, I hit you guys up in the community section. I hit you guys up on Twitter. I hit you guys up in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, join the Patreon, and you can be part of the Discord. I hit you guys up because I'm going to start incorporating you guys more into this. I also hit you guys up on Twitter for comment of the day. And this one comes from Tyler. And he says, how long should we allow Tua to develop? What is an appropriate amount of time we can fully assess his capabilities? Hope your baby is doing well. Well, Tyler, thank you. My baby's doing well. She's sleeping right now. And that's why I'm up here making this video. Very good question. This is a very good question. This is why I pick it. Fun fact. Here's a little fun fact, a little tidbit if you really want to get your comment and comment of the day. 1, put comment of the day. Or when I ask it on Twitter or wherever, be sure to answer it. 2, if you make me go, oh, that's a good question. Also, keep it short. See how short he made that? Don't give me a paragraph because I can't sit here and read a paragraph. For 1, my dyslexia will make me mess up words and not get made fun of. And 2, it's just a waste of time like me right now, wasting time telling you. So the answer to the comment of the day, which is how long are you giving Tua, Doug? I'm not giving Tua 7 years. Not taking a jab at Tannehill. Tannehill's doing fantastic. Absolutely fantastic with the Tennessee Titans. Hey, Doug, why is he doing fantastic with the Tennessee Titans? Just because he's in a situation where he has a fantastic running game, he has a really good offensive line, he has wide receivers that are helping him out, and he can prosper there. See how that works? But with Tua Tagovailoa, I and Brian Flores, and I know for a fact Brian Flores isn't going to give this kid 7 years. He's not giving this kid 7 years. My whole point with Tua, right, and my whole point with defending him, and a lot of people are probably sick of me saying this because I say it time and time again, but a lot of people are sick of it. Do I think Tua is the grand all be all? No. Did I think Tua coming out of college was going to be the grand all be all? No, because there is a huge drop when it comes from playing in college and playing in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence, Fields, Wilson, I will bet my bottom dollar that they're not going to play at a high level. And a lot of people say, well, Justin Herbert's playing at a high level. Yes, Justin Herbert had a fantastic rookie season. Won't be surprised if he wins Rookie of the Year. Good on him. Does he deserve it? No. I think the wide receiver, Jefferson, he deserves it. But Herbert had a fantastic year. Did he not have faults? Did he not have hiccups? Did he not have struggles throughout his year? Of course he did. He is a rookie without an offseason. Against the New England Patriots, he did horribly. Against the Miami Dolphins, the Dolphins defense confused that kid so much that for an entire drive, an entire series, they ran the ball because they were afraid he was going to throw an interception. Fun fact, he threw an interception. But a lot of people say, oh, he threw for 4,000 yards. Cool. You could throw for millions of yards. You might be playing from behind, like they were most of the time. You got to throw for a ton of yards. He did have struggles. Joe Burrow had his struggles. Unfortunately, he tore his ACL and I think his MCL, and he was out for the year. Tua wasn't. A lot of people were worried about his injury. My point in this, right? The question is, how long am I going to give Tua? Not very long. I want the kid to at least have a full offseason to learn, and I want the kid to have, I'm not saying give him Randy Moss on one side, Jerry Rice on the other side, give him Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez at tight end, give him Ricky Williams, Barry Sanders, whoever you want at running back. And I want, give him, whoever on the offensive line, your best offensive line you can think of. I'm not saying that, but give him some type of players that are going to get off press, they're going to get off the line of scrimmage with wide receivers, because that's the thing too. You hike that ball, if you're getting a guy right in your face and you only get 2 seconds to throw, and again, I'll pop up the chart, he only doesn't get much time compared to the top quarterbacks, especially when it comes to receiver separation. You need your receivers to get off press. First off, you need your receivers to know where to line up, and they don't half of the time. You need to understand these things. So the fact that Tua wasn't getting this also inhibited him from being able to read a defense, because not only did he have the pressure of, oh, my team is vying for the playoffs. I don't want to screw my team out of this. Justin Herbert's team's not vying for the playoffs. Joe Burrow's team's not vying for the playoffs. My team is vying for the playoffs. Don't screw this up. That pressure on him. But now he also has the pressure of, my wide receivers are not getting off of their press. They're not getting off, and then I have to make sure I get this ball out quick, because if not, this offensive line is giving me no time to throw the ball. And I can't hand the ball off because I'm going to lose 5 yards, and it's 2nd and 50. Do you see all these things? I want to see the kid have a legit chance. I said the same thing for Josh Rosen. You can go back and listen to it. The fact that he got cut is not on me. I said I want to give him a fair shot. I want him to have a fair shot. I want him to have a full off season in 2 years. Now, we have him under contract for 4 years. In 2 years, if he's still doing the same exact things he's doing this past year, which I honestly don't think he will, we've seen him learn from his mistakes and not do it again. Patriots game with the interception. If he's doing the same things, then I'm ready to move on. Then, hey, you know what? Maybe he's just Matt Leinart, who's fantastic in college, couldn't do anything in the NFL. Vince Young, it happens. Sometimes it happens. But I'm not ready to chime this kid or stamp this kid with a bust or that type of label, because it's been 9 games. 9 games with no offseason, 9 games with limited weapons on offense, 9 games with no run game, 9 games with no offensive line. Doug, these are all excuses, but am I wrong? Am I wrong? He also took most of his time rehabbing while Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert were taking their time getting ready for the season. Am I wrong? These might be excuses, but am I wrong? So give the kid time. That's all I'm saying. But other than that, that's the video, guys. I still am going to do my Q&A video. So I have a ton of your guys' questions from when I asked for it. So I'm going to do my Q&A video. I may ask for it on Twitter, get a few more, but I got packages to open too, so I don't know how many how long do you guys want it? Do you care if it's a 30-minute Q&A video? But the end of the year Q&A video. Also, do you guys want me to pick the playoff games? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys want me to pick the playoff games? I'll put a poll in the top of the comment section of this video and let me know if you want me to pick playoff games and talk about the playoffs. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.